Ethan is a 15-year-old living in a small neighborhood with his single mother, Carla. He's quiet, introverted, and plagued by a debilitating stutter, which has made him the butt of jokes among his peers. Carla loves him, but is hard on him, her way of pushing him to be stronger. She's overworked, frustrated, and struggles to connect with Ethan, often falling back on stern lectures about toughening up, adding to his guilt and self-doubt. One ordinary evening, Ethan witnesses the older boys of the neighborhood, led by Tyler, the charismatic leader, shoplifting from a small convenience store. Ethan, caught watching, is bullied by Tyler into taking the fall. They threaten to make his life even worse if he doesn't comply, and feeling cornered, Ethan folds. When the shopkeeper accuses him, his attempt to defend himself is a stuttering mess, further humiliating him. Carla's reaction is swift and sharp, not because she thinks he's a thief, but because he didn't fight back. Ethan feels utterly abandoned, alienated from the few connections he has. The event shatters what little confidence Ethan had. He becomes a ghost in his own life, avoiding eye contact, skulking away from the jeering laughs of his bullies. At home, the tension between him and Carla grows. She's more distant, more critical, as if his failure has disappointed her on a deeper level. Ethan's anger brews, a quiet, festering rage not only at Tyler and the bullies, but at himself and his own powerlessness. One night, after a particularly brutal bullying incident that leaves him bruised and humiliated, Ethan retreats into the woods, his secret sanctuary from the world's cruelty. There he stumbles upon something that defies explanation, a metallic, pulsating sphere embedded in the earth. Mesmerized, he reaches out, and as his fingers touch the cold surface, a jolt of energy surges through him. His mind clears, the stutter vanishes, and he feels a strange, exhilarating confidence. It's as if the fear that had gripped him all his life is gone. Over the following days, Ethan discovers his newfound abilities. He can manipulate emotions, plant fears, and delve into the deepest secrets of those around him. It's intoxicating. He starts small, using his powers to make Tyler's gang experience nightmares and embarrass themselves in subtle ways. His stutter disappears completely, and he begins speaking with a confidence that unnerves his mother. Carla senses something is wrong, but Ethan is no longer the timid boy she once knew. He's colder, detached, and fiercely determined to make those who hurt him pay. As Ethan's power grows, so does the darkness within him. He begins to play mind games with his tormentors, warping reality around them, an illusion here, a whisper of dread there, until their sanity starts to fray. He finds himself enjoying the control, feeling invincible. His mother becomes more worried, her suspicion growing, but Ethan keeps her at arm's length. The sphere becomes his secret obsession, its pulsing light a silent promise of more power, more control. The line between justice and cruelty begins to blur. Ethan sets the stage for his ultimate revenge. He lures Tyler and his friends into the woods one night, creating a web of psychological traps that play on their deepest insecurities. As they fall into chaos, paralyzed by hallucinations and whispers of their own failures, Ethan watches, detached and triumphant. Tyler, once the confident leader, breaks down, pleading for help from the boy he once tormented. But Ethan is merciless, his vengeance a cold, calculated dismantling of the lives that made his own unbearable. His mother confronts him, begging him to explain the sudden change in his behavior. In a rage, he nearly uses his powers on her, stopping only when he sees the terror in her eyes, a reflection of what he has become. It's the wake-up call he didn't expect, a moment of clarity piercing the fog of his growing madness. Horrified by the monster staring back at him, he resolves to end it. Ethan returns to the woods, the sphere in hand. It pulses with a desperate light, tempting him with visions of ultimate power, a life free of fear, where no one can touch him. He wavers, torn between the dark allure and the memory of his mother's trust. In a desperate act of defiance, he destroys the sphere, feeling the energy rip through him as the forest goes deathly silent. He's left weakened, stripped of his abilities, just an ordinary boy once again. Weeks later, Ethan and his mother sit in silence at the kitchen table. He's confessed everything, his crimes laid bare in front of the one person who still matters. There's no judgment, only a weary acceptance that they must move forward together. Ethan's relationship with his mother begins to heal, albeit slowly, built on a fragile understanding of forgiveness and the darkness they both faced. As Ethan takes out the trash one night, he notices a small shard of the sphere he thought he had destroyed. Its light is gone, but it hums faintly in his palm, almost as if waiting. Without hesitation, he crushes it underfoot, burying it in the dirt. There's a faint hum in the air, just for a moment before it fades into the stillness of the night, leaving Ethan to wonder if he'll ever truly escape what he found in the woods.